Welcome to Movie Explain AD. A British officer comes on the scene at the start of the movie, who was in the competition of hunting a stag. This officer's name was Percy. This was not a minor competition, but it was being arranged on the arrival of a king. Now Percy had hunted that stag. He wins the competition, and a great party was going to be held after this. Percy is also invited there. He was feeling as such, he will get a huge reward on his victory in competition when he will attend this party. As a result, he will be able to support his family. His family included his wife and his one son. Everyone was ignoring him when Percy goes to the party at night. No one focuses Percy. Percy dislikes it. Then he is sent to Royal Geographical Society in London. This was such a society which used to research on geography. The officers of that place tell him when Percy reaches there, a great war is going to break out between two countries. And there is thick forest of Amazon amid of those both countries. And there is not these countries' boundaries. British government has called us there to resolve this matter. The officers of that place inform Percy that Amazon forest is so threatening. It is not a piece of cake to go there. There are thickest trees. Even the sun's rays cannot get access there. You will get many rewards if you come back after accomplishing this. Now Percy decides for his family that he will go to Amazon forests. He sets out to the forests, leaving his wife and son. Percy had started his voyage. When he was sailing in a ship, he discovers a man named Henry there. He had a detailed knowledge about Amazon forests. That man expresses to Percy, "I also wish to accompany you. I also want to complete this mission with you." Percy agrees with this. When they both enter Amazon forests, their troubles were increasing as they move ahead. There were many dangerous and poisonous animals in this forest. After this, they both reach a tribe in that forest. The chief of this tribe used to trade there. He had rubber plants there. He had also enslaved all the people. Percy tells him the purpose of his arrival there. Percy reveals to that chief, "I want to accomplish my mission. I need support on your part. Provide me a man who could lead me. I also need some other things." Now that chief provides his some men, boat and 2 horses to him, along with some edible things. These people cross the river now, but the crossing of river was not an easy task. They notice a boat there in which a dead man was lying. They become afraid, seeing that boat. They had realized it that coming journey is not easy. Now the night had fallen. They spend the night while stopping at a place. Percy also discovers his wife's letter there, in which she had stated that second son had begotten in their home. Percy had saddened after reading that letter. He was wishing, would that he was along with his wife. He was thinking, I am at such a place where nothing is before sight except death. Now that chief's guide, along with Percy, who was leading them, tells Percy, there is a gold city behind the thickest forest. And some people had also arrived in search of this city. They never returned back. No one knows what they faced. Because that city is most beautiful. No one returns back if he visits there at once. Percy was not trusting in the words of that guide. He ignores his words after hearing. In this way, they continue their journey. Now the edible things were also ending which they had. One of the companions' conditions had gone worst, while the rest of the companions were fighting for the remaining food. After a while, they had reached their destination. Percy was so excited, reaching there, because no one had reached here before them. They used to face this situation, either tribesmen killed them or they are hunted by the animals. Percy completes his mission, reaching there. He measures the whole area. When he was doing all, then he witnesses some sculptures there. He also finds there some pots made of stone. Witnessing this, Percy was perhaps little believing that Gold City story may be true. Percy comes back to his city because he had accomplished his mission. A party had been arranged there in the happiness of the accomplishment of this mission. Percy encounters a biologist in that party now. He was taking deep interest in the work of Percy. A great conference is arranged for this Percy's mission. There were many renowned people and the reporters in that party. They had come to meet Percy. He tells all of them about his adventurous joining. He also tells this, I also come to know, going there, that there is a Gold City. Now I want to discover that Gold City. It is such a city which had vanished 500 years ago. How could those people believe in Percy now, hearing such story? They call Percy's story fake and declare, we don't believe in such stories. Percy reads a letter for them there which was written by a soldier. That soldier had stated that we have reached an ancient ruin. There is much gold and many temples. This letter had been found in an old library by Percy's wife. And this letter was based on reality. Reading this, Percy had decided this, that he will surely search for this Gold City. He gives a title to that lost city, the lost city of Zed. The officers of Geographical Society again assign the mission of Amazon forest to Percy. Percy's wife says to her, now, I will also accompany with you at this time. How can I survive without you for many years? Argumentation started between them. In the end, Percy's wife had agreed. When Percy explains that there is much threat. Now Percy had reached an Amazon forest with his companions. Percy knew everything about this. But one of his companions, he had lost the courage too soon. Percy's that companion's condition was going to worsen. When he observes that tribesmen were eating the human being after cooking him. Now Percy collects the information about that Gold City from that tribe's chief. But that chief tells, we know nothing about this. There is another tribe when you will move ahead after crossing this river. That tribe may have little knowledge about that Gold City. Percy's one of the companions was missing his home who was in worst condition. He just wished to return to his home. They again set out. Percy's that partner was not in good condition. His leg is also injured. He was saying to Percy while sobbing, I will lose my life here. Percy was losing his temper on him. Percy sends him back, giving him some edible things and one of his horses. Many days are passed in this way. Now Percy was also facing the shortage of food now. Then they reach a mysterious location where Percy witnessed many odd things. But there was nothing in surroundings and the path was also blocked which lead further. He and his companions are disappointed. Percy was thinking this, I am returning empty-handed after passing a long distance. This fact makes him sorrowful. Now he had returned back to his city. Percy is overjoyed, returning back to his family. Percy is again called in the Geographical Society. The same companion who was insisting to return back, he says in the meeting, Percy had abandoned me in the forest to die without food. He asks Percy to apologize him. And he says, my friend Percy, accept this that there is no Gold City there. But Percy does not apologize there. He resigns that society and joins army again. The war breaks out as Percy had joined the army. Percy meets a lady fortune teller during this war. That lady tells, you want to search for a thing. You know that you are nearer your destination. You will get that thing if you continued your search. Passion is again awakening in Percy to discover that lost city. Percy loses his sight with a toxic gas during that war. Now army promotes Percy to a high scale. Percy's wife takes his care too much now. He had also recovered now. Percy's son used to be angry with him on this matter. His father never took care of his family. He always left them alone because of the busy routine of his work. So he also pardons his father, observing the condition of his father. And a reconciliation is created between them. Percy had begun to live in the countryside, taking the grant from the army. Percy's story had become popularized everywhere as their city, having gold. American had reached there with aircraft and army. One more company offers Percy again. It assigns the same mission to him. Now Geographical Society members were also with Percy. It is revealed later that it was his son who had informed this company. When Percy goes to meet his son, he gives him a necklace given by a tribe. Percy's son decides that he will not let his father go alone at this time. He decides to join his father. Percy's son agrees his mother for this. And she also agrees. When Percy was setting out for his mission, then he shows a compass to that company's owner before departure. He says to them, "In case I discovered the lost city, then I will give you this compass. Just understand after getting this compass that I have discovered that lost city." Percy continues his journey along with his son for 3 years. Then tribesmen attack them in Amazon forests. Meanwhile, Percy had also written a letter to his wife that he is alright. Then one more tribesmen surround Percy and his son again. And those tribesmen carry them to their chief. Percy tells everything to that chief about himself. Tribesmen take them at a place as night falls. They make them drink some liquid there, taking them there. They were feeling after drinking this, that they both will be died. But Percy was in comfort. He was encouraging his son saying, "It is a big deal to get access here." Tribesmen carry both of them on their shoulder to somewhere after making them unconscious. In this way, many years had passed that Percy and his son were missing. On the other side, Percy's wife is seen who was much worried. She visits that company's owner who had sent Percy and his son on mission. Percy's wife says to him, "Continue to search for them." She tells that owner, "Percy and my son are alive. And I sense that they are living with tribesmen." Percy's wife shows the same compass that owner sent by Percy, which Percy himself had shown to owner before departure. Percy had said to him, "I will turn back this compass to you at that time in case I found the lost city of said." Owner begins to search for Percy, noticing that compass. But Percy and his son remain missing. This story had become an enigma as told to Percy by that guide. No one knows where that man went who reached that city. He is alive or not. Percy and his son had not been found even after a great search. It had become an enigma. This movie completes with this. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.